Yo.
We live.
Why did your neck vein automatically know that it was live? It said.
I heard you say we
neck
live,
vein
boy.
activated.
I heard you say we live.
Neck vein activated. What you looking at over there?
Pulling up my links.
Your what?
My links. My education.
You know, one time I was holding my hand like this, and I realized my fingers were spread. I was like, "For real? You lying?"
Okay, so your fingers spread. So what?
Steve Harvey said, "It's okay to put your hands on the chest, but when them fingers open up."
Boo.
Let's let him jump on him, man. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
What's going on?
Let's press that. Okay. Got my stuff, y'all.
What?
I got my information about the Democratic Party. And
You
I got
got-
my
you
information
got
on the
facts?
Republic. I sure do.
Good, because
That's the only way you're going
that's
to be
the
able to
only way
make
to do it.
informed
Facts.
decisions.
Facts.
Not fiction.
Yeah, because that's the thing of the past, right? Just not knowing nothing but your emotions.
Yes, that's how you get duped.
And shout out to who corrected me on that. I'm looking at that on the community board. They were like, I spelled dupe. I
Did
spelled
you put dope?
I spelled it duped, like Duke basketball, Duke College.
Babe, I need to be checking behind
Let's
him
go-
on the
let's go, Brandon.
community board.
What?
I need to start checking behind your little post on the community board.
Let me check behind my post.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what's going on, everybody? Where are you at? Where
Let us
y'all
know
at
where
right
you're
now?
watching from, what time it is, where you are before we dive right into this.
Hello
California.
from Cal. Let's go.
All
Let's
right,
go.
let's go.
Let's go. Southern Cal, North Cal,
Wordy,
or
I
Middle
heard
Cal.
that.
Where you at? Southern, Middle, or Northern Cal? You at Southern, Middle, or Northern? Y'all, what's going on? We just letting a few more people jump on, and we're gonna talk and see what y'all got going on, man. I appreciate y'all out here watching us on this Friday night, man. I appreciate. Oh, thank you, Cynthia, for the super chat. Hold on, what did Cynthia say?
From
Pure character holding his belly, laughing out loud. Pure character. Who, me? Is that me?
I don't know.
Is that you, Cynthia? You talking about me?
Kuwait. What's going on?
Central California. Okay.
But North Carolina. Okay. North Carolina in the building.
No, but they said they in Kuwait right now. They in Kuwait. They overseas, man. Shout out, man.
Yes, let's go.
Be
Atlanta, ATL in the building. What's going on, hometown?
What's going on, Atlanta, man?
South
What's
Louisiana.
up,
Let's
The
go,
boot.
middleman.
From the boot.
Texas,
Texas,
okay,
let's go. We got
Charles.
Texas.
What's going on?
Texas,
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
VA.
So glad to be out. Appreciate it. Thank
Hey,
you.
Debbie,
Thank
what's
you,
going
Cynthia.
on from Virginia? Let's
Virginia.
go.
Central Florida. Let's go, Florida.
Okay.
Texas. Alabama. Okay.
What's going
okay.
on? Hey. Okay, y'all.
Texas. We got Texas to Alabama. Oregon.
Oregon, not Portland. Thankfully. Stop
Oregon.
it, Cody.
Outskirts. Because Portland is more city and it's more. I heard, man, Oregon is one of those spots I want to go. I heard Oregon is so beautiful. Outskirts, Oregon is so pretty.
Let's go. Middle Tennessee, Ohio.
Middle 10.
Let's
okay,
go.
Okay. Extreme MAGA in Virginia Beach. Okay.
Okay.
Indiana. Happy Friday from the beach, from Virginia, from that beach. Is Virginia Beach like? Is it just more beach town, Virginia, or is it just like? Is that the part of Virginia that's just closest to the water? Why you look at me like that, goofy?
Because you act like I don't know, babe.
I forgot. Let me
Right.
not. South Texas, South Indiana. What's going on? Indiana.
Washington State. Let's go.
How far is it? Is it Halty? How far is that from like Gary, Indiana?
Oklahoma. That's
I'm from
right.
Washington State. Okay. Oklahoma. Okay. Y'all know we right here in SoCal, man. About an hour outside of LA, man.
Utah. Hey, Janelle.
Utah. Y'all jumping on here, man. We are appreciating y'all. And I appreciate y'all watching the videos, man. We are learning so much. And it's like this information is
Oh, wait, Siri. Cancel.
because I'll be talking
I
Siri
don't
been
know how.
recorded the whole
Let me just close it out.
No, but
she comes up.
yeah, we appreciate y'all watching the videos as it's like y'all watching us learn. It's so cool.
It's awesome. Learning
Oregon,
new information.
North Carolina, Kentucky, Central Illinois, Washington State, Ohio, Washington State.
Well, let's dive right on in.
Y'all want to
Boo.
jump in? Jump in. Okay.
Yes, let's go,
So,
honey.
man, we felt like we were duped, man. I don't know. And the more and more research, the more and more we learn new things, the more and more it shows to me, I feel past, not currently, but I can see my past ignorance the more and more I learn forward. So I feel like I'm duped. I feel like the
So how did we come
Democratic
about
Party-
with this topic? And I
Yeah,
don't know
go
where
ahead.
I was. I was in the car thinking. I probably was watching a YouTube video and just learning and paying attention now, really in tune with what's going on in the world, so I can make the right choices moving forward about voting and having things that I feel strongly about enacted. I was like, wait a minute, I just feel like I've been duped, and I came home and I mentioned that. I told Brian, I was like, I feel like I've been duped,
Yeah.
not having this information. I said, do you know what type of decisions we could have made if we had this train of thought younger, even understanding politics
Yeah.
as in middle school? Because you hear your parents talking about voting and how important it was and who they were going to vote for, but you never really understood why. You would just watch and only get a little bit of information, and then you go back to doing your thing as a kid.
Yeah.
But if I had have truly understood the importance and the value of why I needed to be clear and understand the different parties and what they truly represented,
Yeah.
not what my mom and dad, not what what their views were on
Yeah.
it, I could have read it enough and understood, and whatever questions I had, I could have asked them. But still, I would have been able to make a better informed decision growing up and as a young adult.
Yeah.
Because I just know things would have been a lot different. I probably would not have gone to college.
Woo.
That's one
Man,
thing.
I wish I could go. Just on that. I wish I could go in the time machine, meet you some years ago, and be like, wait, don't fill out that application.
Now, college is relative, but for my interests and my passions and what I really am, what I feel like my true part of my
Propaganda
gifts,
works, it does.
I'm entrepreneur all the way. My mom was an entrepreneur. My dad had inclinations of being an entrepreneur. I think my mom was more of an entrepreneur than he was, but he was gifted in the arts. But I would have, been like, and they weren't really forcing me to go to school.
Yeah.
But my dad was like, okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to work for this company? And I was like, okay. But I knew that wasn't it. So let me go to school and, all that good old stuff.
So where are you going?
Music. I went to Clark Atlanta. What? You
Man, she
said
was like-
where?
she was like,
you didn't say where did you
Babe,
go. You said where are you going?
You was like when I was a little girl, my mom got me those hard bottom shoes, and those shoes were racist.
Whatever. Thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate it. Love you too, sis. Love your
Come on,
appreciate
bring
your
it back,
support.
babe. Bring it back.
I am. Anyway, this made me realize that if I just had this information and knew better as a kid, I would have made so many different choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
I landed a plane.
No. I want you to keep going, but I didn't know where you're going.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
no, for real. When I was growing up, man, politics wasn't really talked about in my house. Politics weren't talked about in my house. The one thing that was talked about every blue moon was never judge skin color. So that was the only thing that was close to what we talk about today. That I hold beliefs. I'll hold that belief until I die. Now, but politically, my mom just didn't. She went into it. I didn't know about politics from a standpoint until my mom is in her 70s now. We didn't even talk about politics until maybe 2009, 2010. That's just something we didn't talk about. And it was something that I wasn't interested in because, prior to 2009, it was, who was that? It was Bush. And then it came Obama. And then that's when black people start talking about politics. Black folks weren't really into politics until a black person was into the office. But actually, that's where a lot of it stopped too.
Well, I don't know about that. Like,
No. Well, folks weren't talking about politics. I want to talk just
Okay.
more about, around that time. It was like, man, I can't stand George Bush. That was all other thing I heard back in the day. But if I would have been educating myself more into politics, then of course, like you said, to a level, I wouldn't have went to school. I would have focused only on business, on having a business for myself. I would have been talking to other minority people of color about, this and that versus just following the sheep down the pasture. So I would have been more of a shepherd as far as talking to the sheep. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the comments.
Oh, you looking at? Okay.
Yeah.
But so we just feel like it's. I feel so duped, man. I just want to. I can't reverse it in time, but I can talk to you going forward. I can always speak on what I've learned, and certain people aren't going to receive that, and certain people will, because certain people are stuck in the sunken place, to where if you try to talk to them about certain things like this, then not only do they feel like you are a they feel like you're Uncle Tom. But then usually the people that I talk to that are like that are, not saying it's always a pattern of mindset people that won't hear me out on this kind of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't even started the cusp of having this conversation with people. I can't wait to see when we go someplace and people start bringing up politics and you discern how I want to come at this with this particular person. Well,
the more you educate yourself about what you believe and you have facts, then, let's go. What you feel and what your opinions are, they don't, I'm not really interested in that, because we all have opinions, but opinions don't make decisions. Well, let me not say that. People do make decisions off of opinions, but when it comes to making informed decisions that's going to impact you in a way that can evoke change in your family and your legacy, then you really need the right information and you need the right perspective.
Yeah.
And, when I was talking about college is relative for certain
fields,
for certain professions. But as an entrepreneur and the mentors that I have, you don't have to go to college to evoke change in people's lives. You don't have to go to college if that's what you choose. Professional is definitely relative for medical professionals, educators, lawyers, people who want to work in the health industry, certain levels of insurance, all that kind of stuff, that's relative. These things are what we need for our society to function, and they're relative.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about for myself personally, I would not have gone to college for that. I would have wanted to learn up under a multimillionaire, an entertainer. Content creation was not big at all when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But that's what I would have wanted to learn and study under.
Is what?
Is a multimillionaire who is an expert in that area.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily need to go to school for that. If you need support with writing or whatever, then you could take a course. You don't have to go and get a degree to learn how to write.
And now, even when let's go to school, let's talk about school, and then let's talk about student loans, right? And it's so funny that we all went to school. For most of us, a lot of us went to school because that's what we were taught around that time. And the same person, when we got all these student loans, because the system was set up that you're supposed to have, or everybody's supposed to have a white picket fence and a lawn. So you go striving for that, and then you get yourself into all this student loan debt. And then Biden was the one that said, Joe Biden was the one that stopped you from the ability to bankrupt this particular debt. So if you had $300,000 in student loans, he was the one that put in the bill so that you could not bankrupt the debt. And that is what has enslaved a lot of people of all colors, is that student loan. Because the system's set up for you to go to school, get student loans, put the piece of paper on your wall, to go get a job at Starbucks, to not be able to pay back the student loans, and now you can't bankrupt that student loan because of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So the system is super rigged. But anyway.
If you don't, you can go back and read some of the comments. Yes, you're right, Ryan, and I agree. Brian and I have been vocal for a very long time. Yeah. I know, as a young person, I've always been vocal and stood up for what I felt. My dad, taught me at a young age, stand up for what you believe, stand up for what's right. So we don't have a problem, being the outcast. We don't have a problem of being over here by ourselves.
We're that.
And
though.
believing
we've been that,
what
though.
we believe, because I have facts. Now, if you have certain facts that support what you say, great, and if that's best for you and your household, and you want to vote this way, and you want to walk down this path and believe these things, when the information right here says otherwise, I'm not trying to make you. I'm not the person that's going to try to make you change. I'm just going to give you the facts, tell you how I feel, and keep it moving.
Yeah,
you got to figure that out for yourself.
What do you had on your iPad? What were you gonna I'm not moving you on, but I know it was something on the iPad that you.
No, I just have here, and this is what I've been doing. And you can go back if you want to scroll and look at and address some of the comments that I was just talking to Ryan specifically, because his comment was good. He was like, what, this is great. I he's been following us, he's been watching us, and he's glad that we are learning and awakening to this information and moving in that direction. And have the same energy, spirit when we talk with people who don't.
P-Dub. He said, now Chat GPT makes your business plan in literally 10 seconds. I did it. That's what's so interesting, right?
Heard about that.
That's what's so interesting, right? Wasted all this time. We wasted so much time.
I didn't finish my point. What you mean?
No, I'm saying, no, you were saying while you were looking at reviewing, I wanted to address the comment. And I was just saying, we spent so much time to now where technology will enhance everything that you were attempting to sit in a school and learn and go into debt for in 2 seconds.
And technology is just going to continue to advance. And I wanted to finish my comment to Ryan
go ahead.
That's right. We want to make sure we still have the same mindset. But I was just saying that that's where I was going with. We don't have a problem, standing alone or over here by ourselves in comparison to people that we may know that may feel otherwise, and that's because information changes things. I'm not going to sit here and continue to believe information that you have, or we have access to the same information and you want to keep believing it and moving on that way. Go right ahead. It's okay. So I can have the conversation. It's no need to. And the problem people have, and what I've found has been on the Democratic side, is that they get really angry and offended if you don't take on their mindset.
Oh, my God.
And this is facts that we've seen in videos that we've reacted to, and you all have seen, too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So I don't have a problem you sharing your difference of opinion and what you believe, and even facts that you found on the internet or experiences or that I need to see, but still, that's fine. But I am truly going to continue to show my facts and state how I feel and not force it. That's the only issue that I have, but I'm not worried about it.
Hey, so I want to also, and just including y'all's opinion too, so how many I'm just curious to know, because y'all know this is just on the side note. I know you have something here, but go ahead. Y'all see, like, it's going to be between Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. So how is everybody looking? Do y'all is everybody for Trump? Are there some that's not for Trump and for Ron DeSantis? Or is it just whoever is in between those two, you just want to get Joe Biden out of office? I'm just curious to know.
Benito, you must don't watch our channel, because he says, for the love of God, don't vote for any Republican. Well, clearly you must not be.
It says you'll see how bad they were in the government shutdown twice because of.
Well, clearly it can be no worse than what's going on right now. Why are we still trying to get this debt thing together? Why? I mean, it's so many things. It's so many things. Please, you must need to go back and look at our channel.
You're
clueless about what we talk about.
Gonzalez Jr., you might need to go back and review our channel and see what we putting down.
We got some great candidates, and even a lot. Even the video we just did was black people who were like, "Oh my gosh, what do they call him? T Camp." One guy called Trump. He was like, "Man, oh man." One guy didn't vote, but he would if he had voted. He said it definitely would have been for Trump.
I look at it now, I'll be honest with you, now every time I think about a comment when Joe Biden, was like, if you ain't voting for him, you ain't black. No, if you're not voting for a Republican person, you ain't black. If you voting for a Democratic person, if you're not voting for a Democrat person, you ain't woke. That's what he mean. Because that's, now when we look at it, the truth has been revealed. The truth has been revealed.
And that's what it's about,
the exposure is out there. Now, if you still want to follow Joe Biden, then you want to follow the lie. You prefer to be asleep because you feel so uncomfortable with the Republican office. And
with the Democrat.
No, what you feel? No, Democrats, people that's voting hard Democrats, just feel uncomfortable with the Republican office, and some people still have that same mindset. They don't want Trump in office. Hey, listen, I don't care about all that the personal stuff Trump got going on. I want what's best for the country. I don't care. I don't care about that no more. I don't care about that no more. I want what's best for the country, and what's going on right now ain't it. It ain't it.
So we do know it's red. I'm not quite sure as which red. And that's why I'm going to go and dig.
Yeah.
I'm going to dig and read and find out what is being presented and do a little history on on him in office and see some of the things that he did, not just focus on the mistakes that he made, because every president has made some type of error along the way.
Every single one of them.
Every single president has made some error and mistakes along the way.
It just has not been as much as of a witch hunt for President Donald Trump as it is for others. There's so much bad stuff going on with the president. They are not saints. They're not saints. They're not gods. They're regular people that are in a different position than you are.
But I'm
in
gonna
a leadership position.
I want to know. I want to know what DeSantis is talking about. I'm going to read. I'm just not going to go with this because that's what you say or that's what somebody else say. No, I'm going to read for my own self.
Yeah, you have to. Everyone has to read and see what's going on. Like I said, man, I'm looking for whoever's going to do the job, get out and do the job. That's it. That's all that matters to me. And you ain't about the woke agenda. That's what matters to me.
And being able for someone just to say that they sit and watch the news and they derive all of their opinions and they derive facts and make decisions for their household just off of the news, to me is ludicrous.
Yeah.
That's because you only have information that this media, this outlet is giving you, and it's going to be coming from the slant, the angle of the way they want you to receive and perceive the information is how you're going to receive it. So I'm not going to rely on that. And
thank you, conservative libertarian journey. It says, thank you for the super chat. It says, conservative. Let me see. My red pill moment was the riot of 2020. BLM turned me into a American loving, Trump supporting conservative, and I'm never looking back. That's a great one too, because that if y'all go back and look, I don't know if I still had that video up. I might have taken it down. If y'all go, that's a lot of videos I took down because I'm like, this don't represent us no more. But there was one when the whole George Floyd was going down, right? Mm-hmm. We were like, this is so wrong. This is going on, blah, blah, blah. 3 years later, the toxicology report come out. Do you mind if I say that?
Go ahead.
The toxicology report come out, and the man was just laced with fentanyl, and it had nothing to do with him being killed. So it, being murdered by the officer, he was laced with fentanyl. Fentanyl was heavy in his bloodstream with other drugs. So anytime people start saying support this, support that, like I said on many videos before, that if everybody tells you to look left, it's best for you to go ahead and look right.
Okay. So I still want to comment on that. I think I'm saying your name right. Deanra, thank you so much. And that's so true. I agree, wholeheartedly. It's all good when you all agree. Yeah. And everybody is hee ha ha. But as soon as you disagree and have a difference of opinion and you want to think, you want to be a thinker versus a drifter, then, it's on and popping. But
And it makes, if you talk about this topic around people that don't understand where you're coming from, they're going to make them uncomfortable. And you ever know, then it makes a quiet silence. I've had this recently, like I said, it's another group, like a mentor and would group the whole family thing that we got going on. A lot of the people on there are not for Trump. Not to saying they said those words, but you can hint around, you can hear within the context of conversation of what somebody's for. And when I say just slightly opposite, it's always a silence. It's always a silence.
It's not the norm.
It's not the norm
at all.
And no matter who you talk to, if they're not for that, then it's going to make it can make people uncomfortable. But let me see.
I was going to say when he mentioned his red pill moment. Go ahead, you can read that red pill moment. I think for me, it started my train of thought started shifting when we started doing the slavery content, because
slavery content started changing a lot
in history in school, and I feel like history is relative for like a world history point of view. I don't think we should perseverate and have world U.S. history, American history, African American history before 1865, after 1865. Unless you want to be a historian, then you major in all these histories when you get to college, if that's what you choose to do.
Exactly.
But in high school, middle school, social studies, it should be world history, because world history is relative to everyone on the planet. I think we should be aware of other cultures and learn about their history and our own history.
Yeah.
As a human, you need to know, but not to the fact of where it's going to be perseverated against and deemed negative, when slavery was a way that the planet was in business.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to. So
and it wasn't cool nowhere. Nowhere in the world was it cool. But that's how the world got started, with commodities and manufacturing and trading and all of that. It wasn't cool. Period.
Yeah. No, it wasn't cool.
No matter what color the person was, it was inhumane.
Yeah.
And until they realized that they had to have another solution, because it was inhumane to be able to treat a human that way, regardless of where you were on the globe, they had to still figure it out. And until I learned this information, I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
How do you get the world started? How does the world get started?
Yeah.
Somebody had to work, and somebody had to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
It was a little shady at first, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not trying to justify, but once you understand, your perspective should shift.
Yeah. Well, my perspective has.
That was my red pill moment. Let me land the plane. That was my red pill moment.
The slavery part was both of our red pill moments. When we start going down the road of slavery and what the truth behind it, it was like, okay, so what else is the truth? Shout out to how do you pronounce it?
Y'all's poet. Y'all's poet.
It says the media wants us to be swayed by our emotions. Absolutely. Why? That's why they'll put something on the news to everybody look at it. Everybody. Let's only look at this, because they know it's going to be an emotional standpoint you're going to take from that, and then you're going to go and act upon that, and and things can be pushed behind all these emotions coming together. So we have to stay within the facts. And now, like I said, that's why I believe so many things have been pushed into place. The BLM was something else was pushed with that. My baby telling me, be mindful what I say, and I want to say certain things, but I don't want to say it all, because we don't want to get in any trouble.
No.
But there's always this bigger agenda, and I'm not for that agenda. That agenda stinks to me, to be honest with you. What you looking at?
I was looking at Debbie's comment. Trump is my guy. I heard Ron say he wants to be governor of Florida as long as he can, and wins. Just elected.
Like
I understand the Bushes and Paul Ryan back DeSantis. I also heard Ron is considering Jeb for VP.
Okay. Too late for twin borders wide open. Hey, I was wondering. I still want to know. Like so we have a certain percentage that say Trump in office. Let's say certain percentage in DeSantis. How are y'all feeling about that? Who do you want in office?
Well, no, it's not about a man. I'm Tim. You're right. It's not about a man, but it's he said it's for, we have to get united and to win. It's not about a man. It's about our country. That's true. Yeah. But we want the man who is going to represent what he says, and once he gets in office, he gonna follow through and not come with his own agenda or get lazy and other thing, and then things shift. And maybe
he's talking about the primaries on the Republican side. He's not talking about the Democrats.
I know, but I'm just saying, like in order for it not to be about a man, we know it's not about the person, but we're going to be voting for the man who really is going to be up to
get
par.
The job done.
Yeah, truthfully.
I don't know. I feel like personally, both of them get the job done. I feel like Trump can get the job done, and I feel like DeSantis can get the job done. So I think this is going to be kind of one of those politically tough ones. I believe there's going to be a lot of mixture of people picking for who, and it's going to be a lot of people backing this person, a lot of people backing this person. I think this is going to be really who's going to be sitting there watching with popcorn? Joe Biden. He trying to see what's going on. He getting ready to go on vacation permanently, but he's sitting here eating popcorn, trying to see who going win. Go back up. Who was that?
I was looking for him. Let's see. Did I pass it?
The dopest thing I was looking at was that video we just posted, though, with one with Malcolm X. And I never knew that's how Malcolm X felt I never knew that. Although he said he was, saying words of that time, those choice words we're not going to say now. But the whole concept of what he was saying about this particular party is the worst, because then they're going to partner up with this group of people and they're going to sway these people, and they were the worst ones. I was like, yo, whoever shot me that, man, that shot big ups, because that was really dope.
I was looking for the super chat. It goes a little.
The screen moving so fast, y'all. It's moving faster and faster than we can scroll down. We appreciate y'all. Let me open this window because
there you go.
We sorry. Hold on. Okay, no, I think we already read that. Mm-hmm. But you keep talking to him. What you learning? Like what you
So what I'm doing right now is I'm going back and really just seeing what truly the Democrat Party believe, and I just want to know for myself wholeheartedly. And I'm learning about the ideologies of what Republicans believe, as well as liberals. So I just want to, from right now, because back then, based off of the video that we just did from the Prager Institute, right?
Yeah.
She was letting us know exactly how it switched.
Yeah.
How most black people were Republican.
Yeah.
Up until the 1970s.
Yeah.
We thought it was like way.
I told you back in town.
Way during the slavery times. Wait, that was another one.
That is absurd. I feel like it was, you just shot past, so I need to answer that question.
Oh, my bad.
Shout out to Robbie Derman. I think I'm saying that right. Mm-hmm. I'm a mixed race former Democrat. Studies have shown that we will soon run out of things to call racist. I agree. We got a video that we're gonna do. I'm gonna show y'all. And then I said, this is about the stupidest SHIT I'd have never heard in my life. Cause they trying to call everything racist. So they're gonna be like, you know what? That you see how black that screen is? That's racism. No, that is not racism. I'm from Georgia. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was raised in South Georgia. I've seen what real racism looks like. Prejudice is different from racism. So people have to they need to understand what that is. And most people that screaming racism ain't never experienced anything to even open your mouth. I have been through it all. And this is from a man that's seen it, been there, done that with that. And I can tell you that most of the world ain't that.
I agree.
That's a small percentage of ignorant people that's racist. So keep going.
It was another super chat that I wanted to hit. We appreciate you guys with the super chat and all your participation.
Y'all awesome, man. Y'all are commenting so fast. We're trying to scroll through.
Awesome. Let's see. Down here.
Where are my Florida people at? Because Florida is one of those ones where y'all have a mixture. Y'all seeing it from both perspectives. Y'all seeing it from Trump's perspective and DeSantis' perspective. What does Florida want? That's what I'm curious to know, because Florida is a key state for both those two guys.
This is the one right here.
So I'm really curious to know how Florida really feels about it, because
F, I think I'm saying your name right. EHEFF. F. From knowledge is power and freedom, the ability to make choices that lead to prosperity. Always be careful to not have blind loyalty to any party or politician. I can agree with that, and I thank you so much for that. And that is why learning for myself the information, and I'm going to, I like to research, so I like to really dive into more than just one source. So I have to start somewhere with like understanding the general terms, because some of the stuff is not the easiest to understand, like the economics when it comes to the Republicans and why they are believing based off of this economic mindset. And then I was like, okay, and there's certain things that they didn't vote for that I want to know why they chose not to support the legalization of marijuana, and why they chose not to support how they didn't want to have the education system, and I can understand why, but they didn't even want to. They voted against the U.S. Department of Education. Mm-hmm. And when I look to see that Democrats vote for that, and I understand that families who have, that's where the IDA Act comes up under that U.S. Education Department, is where, parents who have children and kids who have disabilities, they get a lot of support and funding. What about those people who can't afford to pay for it through insurance? And, you know, me being an ex-behavior therapist, that was my part-time gig here. It's working with children, you know, parents who have children with autism who are on the spectrum where they are not able to speak and they have, you know, emotional challenges. It's tough.
Yeah.
You know, even for people who have insurance, that stuff is expensive. So I was just, you know, that's why I'm going down the rabbit hole, starting at a place, you know, where I can understand the verbiage and the language, and then I'm going to dive into some peer review articles. I want to hear what some of the scholars have to say when they've done some of these research studies. That's the stuff I really like to read. But I really got to understand the basics first. I need to understand the layman terms, because scholars be putting all that, you know, verbiage in there, and I don't want to have to sift. I want to already know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's so true. I'm just responding to El's comment, and that's why I'm saying, you know, not being blind loyalty to any party politician. No, I'm really doing my homework this time.
That's what we did in the past.
Most definitely.
Once you start educating, that's like when you grow up, right? You grow up in a Christian household, right? You grow up in a Christian household, and you're okay. You grow up in a Christian household, but you don't know really who God is. You just following what your parents told you. You don't know who God is. You just go to church. You might go to the youth group. It doesn't really attach to you that there's a big God that you serve. You grow up and you learn who God is. You learn who God is. Now you have educated yourself, and it takes a lot more power to educate yourself than to blindly go. And it takes a lot more sit down and a lot more understanding and that's the same way we're looking at with the conservative party. It's like, oh, okay, so this is a lot of information. This is a lot of understanding that was missed. Let me go down.
I agree, Kirsten. You're right. I was just looking at his comment.
He said, CDM said, Trump, please.
Hey, X, what's going on?
Let's see.
We have several other super chats. Thank you guys so much.
Trump and Carrie Lake. So y'all said Trump and Carrie Lake. So I was thinking Trump and Tim Scott, but let's see. Okay. I see it. See, I see. So Trump is the main point. Everybody's not really sure who they want for on the VP side. Let's see.
So, do you think it would be DeSantis? You know, could that work together?
I don't know. See, I don't see. That's a big thing. It depends on who's is backing him. I think there's a lot of people starting to back DeSantis that aren't backing Trump. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a good fight.
Thank you, Linda.
That's going to be a good fight. I ain't gonna lie to you though. I was listening to my to Officer Tatum talking about it. He was like, you know, that's gonna be a good one. I agree. I feel like that's gonna be a good fight between, and I'm gonna be watching that one. Let me tell you something. I ain't never really been into politics like that until now. Really, truly, now that I'm educating myself from a different standpoint. So I will be like tapped in, where in the past I'm like, man, I ain't paying attention to politics. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what I need to be doing. But now I'm like, this is what I need to be doing. I need to be paying attention to this. Field Dude Bro said, just discover your channel. You got the red pill. Yeah. Just tune in. You think Ron is going to pull with swing voting women that are dumb when he just approved a crazy abortion ban? Okay. I don't really know how to answer that one. I need to reread. I let my baby reread stuff because now I understand.
You think Ron is going to pull? I guess you think Ron is going to pull through with winning with the swing voting women that are dumb when he just approved the crazy abortion ban.
Okay.
You know. Okay. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said,
we learning. We learning.
We're not professional political people
at all.
You talk to us maybe from a year from now, then we're going to be way more than where we are, way sharper than we currently are.
Because we definitely listen to other, you know, conservatives who, many, you know, black people, white people, it don't matter. You know, if we can feel your vibe and agree with, you know, your presentation and you stating the facts, we definitely listen to your perspective and, you know, chime in and learn, because this is truly a new journey for us.
Jessica Martina said, if more people saw Thomas Sowell, they would switch right. You're right.
Yes.
Because he was a
key factor for us too.
He was a big reason why my mindset changed.
Yeah.
He was a big reason why my mindset changed, because anybody that's come with consistent facts, you need to look at the facts. You need to listen to what this person's talking about. This person's talking about, this person did their research, and that's the stuff that you need to look at.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
too. What's also really
Trump and
want
Trump
to make
braces Bees 2024. What's Bees 2024?
what's really make me want to just even continue
Milk
to
is
tap
too
in.
white. Ban it. What is that? I don't know what that
No.
means. What is that?
Is the videos we've been reacting to in regards to
South Georgia, what up? Hey, I'm
people
from South
going
Georgia.
to the rallies.
Don't hey, South. He said South Georgia. Don't know anyone racist anywhere near me. Sure, obviously there are racists out there, but they're in the rear view. He's absolutely right, man. I'm from South Georgia. I'm all my folks from South Georgia, South GA,
They can tell.
Cairo, Thomasville, Camilla,
They can tell, baby.
Pelham,
Woo!
Havana area, right down on Florida border line. And I've not seen. Oh, let me tell you something. I've not seen a racist bit of nothing in South Georgia. And you would think because that's the deep South that you see it. No. So I don't understand when people talk about they're so racist. I don't understand what they're talking about.
I mean, I think people may encounter that, all over with other nationalities. But yeah.
Let me tell you something. I've seen more racism in LA than I've seen in Georgia.
I've had an encounter. I can count the encounters that I've had with, I'm not going to say, I've got to still be clear on racist and prejudice, but, I feel like it was prejudice when in my early 20s. But it was fewer and further between. But because it's so elevated, it's so prevalent, it's so discussed so much, it's in the forefront, it was programmed in your subconscious, for me, in Georgia, that you have to zoom into certain things that you really don't, you didn't even have to zoom into, but what you seek, you shall find.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I can say I had, but it wasn't.
Had what?
Encountered I'm not going to say racist, but a prejudice situation in Georgia.
Anybody, when racist, you are hard hitting with the N word. You're an N word. That's a racist. You're an N word. This blah blah blah. I experienced that, and anything else that's not that is not racism. Maybe more prejudice. But the education system. So shout out to CC. The education system is dominated by liberals and pushing their agenda. We need to encourage more conservatives to become teachers, save our kids. Now that is a massive one for me right now.
Yeah, so true.
That's a massive one for me right now.
Yeah, so true.
No, I want to save the kids. The kids don't need to be exposed to some of the things that's going out. They sprinkle it in there. They're sprinkling in the school. Okay, let's have a drag dance for your kids and stuff like. Let's go and mess with the clothes and stuff, and because we know they're attracted to it. And then so let's put a little bit of this into the kid shows, and then bam, 5 years from now, this is all ingrained. This is the norm. Everything's the norm that's going on. So I think the more pushback that's done in that, it's not going to be as easy for you to put stuff in place. And then you get the right candidate into place. So I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's DeSantis. I really don't care at this point. I just need either one of them in there so that we can stop
the madness.
And get a break.
Ooh, yes.
A break. Shout out to Marcus Rogers. He was like, we get somebody in the office so we can have a break for at least 4 years from some of the stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. You two are not African American, you're an American. And that's why that was another thing. I said, I'm gonna stop. I don't want to say that no more. Why you could tell I'm black, but I'm not from Africa. I mean, my ancestors from Africa, but I was born and raised right here. So why do I still need to say African American for what? For what? I'm American. I am. I'm American. Let me see. Go down.
Thanks, Warlord.
Said Trump 2020. I see most of the comments says Trump 2024. So it says Trump 2024. I don't like it that DeSantis is running. I think it can hurt the cause at this time. Yeah, and I think that's another thing that Eric. That's another thing that people are saying. But again, we're new. We're new to it, so we're just learning. But I was watching that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ann.
I was watching. Look, the live Ron DeSantis when he did his announcement speech and where it crashed with Twitter. Man, did everybody see the meme went out with the Twitter with Elon Musk and everybody on there? And oh my God, y'all got to look at that. It was a meme went out like when it's showing like everybody's Twitter's up, and it shows like the back and forth with Ron. You got what's that? Somebody was under coughing and sick, and then Elon Musk is trying to run the chat. That junk was hilarious.
And I like what you're saying.
And said Florida here would like to see Trump with DeSantis as. See, that's why I was. Hey, can that happen? Because that's what I wanted to happen. That would be dope. That would be dope. And that's what I was hoping that happens.
She said she doesn't think he's ready, but after 4 years as VP, he would be DeSantis.
Yeah.
Because
then I think, let me tell you why I think that makes sense. You let Trump do another 4. By then it'd be time for the next person, because then that would have been his 8. Right. And then you let Trump run it. I mean, you let DeSantis run it from there. I think that'd be great. I think that's the best of both worlds when you talk about from a political standpoint in this race. I think that's the best thing.
Yeah.
But I wonder, could he come together?
Could they come together?
Yeah, could they come together? Because Trump be roasting. He be roasting them all the time. So I wonder, could he, in the end, upon winning it, say, be my VP? And would Ron DeSantis do it? That's what I'm curious to know. Like, would he do it?
Right.
That's
would be
the big
awesome.
Topic.
Yeah.
That's the big topic. Would he do it?
Shandy says she homeschools. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
love
believe
it.
If people can, you have the ability to homeschool. I don't know. I don't see that's not a bad idea in this climate. Until things are pulled out, until things can be cleaned up a little bit, I think homeschooling is the best thing.
Let's see. There was another super chat down here.
Y'all are in here tonight, man.
We sure appreciate you. Wait a minute. That was a comment right there about DeSantis. Will you see it? It was a comment. There we go. This Gigi said DeSantis might end up being another establishment president like Bush, because his donors are the Republican corporate oligarchs who hate we the people who get in the way of what they want done. I know there are like politics within the politics.
Yeah, there are politics within the politics. I think that's the.
I just want out of either one, but to me, so many still support Trump, and more black people than we think. Because looking at these videos, these people, they were in Texas, right? The young lady was asking about gas, and she wasn't even going in to make it a Trump video, but she was just asking about how they felt about the gas prices, and did they think that the current president in office, was supporting higher gas prices, right. And they were just like giving their facts, and many of them said that they don't understand. They want Trump in office, and I was like, wow. Yeah,
because I do remember.
And these are people that you wouldn't think that if you just look.
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't think.
You wouldn't.
These weren't your corporate or people that are coming off as someone who would vote for Trump.
Yeah, because 4 years ago, that gas was lower, man. Let me tell you, man. We're in California, so we in California, and we got to put premium in our car, and gas price now like close to $6.
But we've never really monitored the gas prices.
But I'm just saying the gas price period. I ain't talking about us monitoring that. I'm just saying when Trump was in office, that gas was low. It was like $3 something. $3 something is super cheap out here. Mm-hmm. So and bread was cheaper and things were cheaper. So I do miss that. I definitely do miss that.
Yeah, I agree, Becky. And it's just, and that's why I don't want to beat myself up, but I really think a lot about not being knowledgeable this second time around to be able to have made a different choice, because your vote does matter, does count.
No, it matters. And what I've learned is also too no voting from home. You have to go to the machine.
Really?
What?
You saying no voting from home?
No home voting.
Oh, okay.
No home voting, because it's not.
That's what stuff got messed up.
Yeah, I mean there were talks. There were talks, but I've heard in the past that there were a whole bunch of ballots thrown in the garbage can.
No way.
I've heard that. I don't know how true it was, but I heard ballots were thrown in the trash can. I think you should go to a machine. You should go and make your way to the machine and go and hit the button, slip the card in, boop boop.
Yeah.
Or if you're joint old school, we just write it on paper. Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead. You got me scrolling. It was a couple of super chats that we missed.
Vote. I'm not gonna mail it in. We're gonna go up there and we're gonna vote.
And take my mom too. She was the one that was planting them seeds, and we just didn't get it. But hey,
like I said, we talked about this on the last live. My mother-in-law was
You just tap that when they come in like that.
Yeah, my mother-in-law, man, she was such and still is a heavy Trump supporter. I always talk about it, but it just was so funny, man. And we were flying home to come see her, and we were like, man, this woman out of her head.
Hey, Eddie, I agree, too. He said, I'm a brown conservative, love Trump, and I think Tim Scott would be the best look.
That would be cool. Yeah.
But Trump and DeSantis as BP could be a huge power for the future, and that's exactly what I feel as well.
That's superpower.
Oh, she said they're from the same state, and the president and vice president cannot represent the same state.
Oh, is that for real?
That's sucky. See, this stuff like this, I wouldn't have even known.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
So, Bird, I said, put it back on the comment. No, both Trump and DeSantis are from the same state, Florida. President and vice president cannot represent the same state. I did not know that.
I didn't either.
And I think that's why I was asking for Florida. What does Florida think? I didn't know that particular thing, but I do know they both there. I didn't know about the politics within that too. So, but I'm curious, and I was curious to know what Florida thought about it. So I guess it won't even work according to.
Would he be able to benefit still as someone as a key advisor to him in office?
Yeah,
it's got to be,
But for some reason, I just don't feel like Trump would be like, come on, join. I think he would pick somebody else. I don't know. I just don't think he would. I don't know. I don't know. Do it. I don't know if it would happen. I don't know.
Okay, that's the one. That. Can you lift it up? Because every time I do it,
both parties are awful, but Biden and Harris are lesser of the evils.
F. Right there. Go back up. See, you just had it.
Hey man, this mouse be rolling, boy.
There you go.
You can read it. Go ahead and read it.
Luke Rudkowsk of We Are Changed snuck onto Epstein Island after his death to film. Got chased off by security, had a habit of getting in the faces of powerful people. Worth checking out. Whitney Webb is another good one. Okay, Motion.
Is that a movie? Is that a video?
Screenshot that.
It's a video?
Will you please?
I'm going to screenshot this.
Thanks,
No, I got the wrong keyboard. I don't know if I can.
You can do.
Let me see.
Is that
there we
it?
go. All right.
Talking about my keyboard.
I know I got to replace that keyboard, man, because the Windows keyboard on our computer.
Is this one Control and then number 4? I know how to navigate it. Oh, sorry.
Jay
LaRosa.
LaRosa. The Democrats called Thomas Sowell and Uncle Tom, or self-hating racists, etc., etc. The biggest racism always comes from the tolerant left. I agree. I don't agree. I haven't heard too many people try to fight against Sowell because he's gonna make you look stupid according to his factual and his research. I don't even see people trying to debate against Sowell. Like I've seen that, and it just they're getting murdered. It's such a waste of time.
He's asking if we have Cash App Challenger. Do you want to put your Cash App in the comment? Sure do. Thank you. I agree, Tila. Thomas Sowell is a genius. So glad that we were able to learn about him, because this is also a black scholar who is truly that's kept quiet, in the mainstream media because of all of his debunks when it comes to the fluff of how they're putting stuff out and the information. It's just, that's where we're learning a lot of things from. There's several other super chats I wanted you to check out too. So yeah, man, Thomas Sowell is the truth. He the business.
And I feel like the more and more, I'm gonna say specifically, black YouTubers are being educated. The more and more y'all noticing that they're coming across, they're supporting, they're looking at the videos, the conversations are starting to change. But a lot of the people that are on the Republican side said this was going to happen, and sure did happen. Things completely flipped over when he got in office. I thought at the time that having Democrat everything back in 2020 was the way to go, and come to find out, no. That was not the best way to go, and there was only going to be certain level of benefit. Like they'll push out the money, but they're gonna push in some other stuff too that we don't want.
I'm trying to go back up to the last comment where you were, but you want to scroll.
What's that? The PegaU video on the DM says it all. Yeah. Agent 4. Yeah, the PegaU video was
Prager.
Prager. The PragerU video was it all. That explains so much. It filled in the gaps. Because that was one of those gaps. It's just kind of like a bleep in everybody's mind. It's like an empty space.
But now I'm going to that's going to be a source that I go back to.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to and look at other videos that they have, because she's given some really good information. It's not too jargon based. It's not cluttered. She's giving you this is the topic and this is the facts. And especially the one we just did about the Democrats, why it shifted. Why did the myths versus the real reasons? And I was like, okay.
I just love the fact with the conservative side that the conservative side still sees more Christian values. There's not perfection on the conservative side. It's not on the Republican side. I mean, it's still a lot of flaws and there's still some deception that go over there, but that still have a core value that still that's under Christianity. And I love that. And that would get me over there alone. I didn't know that until we started researching.
Thank you. He just said change the chat to slow while streaming. That's your area right there. I don't know how to do that. Thank you.
Hey, who said that?
Let me see. It's down here. That's why he said change it. I don't know. Appreciate
Who
you.
said that?
Let me see. It's probably at the bottom down here somewhere. We way behind. Change the
Change
chat.
to
Fat
slow
Daddy
us.
Stacks. Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to go in. And I'm going to go and check on that setting after this live and see, because I didn't even know you could change it slow. Everything fast.
Right.
What'd I say? I felt like my daddy. Huh? Every time my daddy, every time he start talking, he'll say, huh?
Stop.
What you think about that, huh? If you go sit down, don't get me talking. I would be honored to be a Republican because Frederick Douglass was an amazing young man, but the current GOP is just spineless. Yeah. We're seeing that. It is all I watch. Black people react to getting enlightened. I mean, because that's probably like an anomaly, right? And in this phase, people are waking up. This is the true awakening, the awakening.
And I think it just takes,
that's a powerful thing. People of color start waking up, and we start reading for ourselves and start seeing it for ourselves. That's too powerful. That's very powerful. And the Democratic Party would not do that. The Democratic Party would be like, hey, we'll deliver a check to everybody for $100,000. Just don't do that.
I think it's, too, a lot of people still hold on to the brutal past history of being enslaved.
Yeah.
And I think that still guides many black people's decisions when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
Or it could be that they really believe that and they want to hold on to that belief, and that's how they move. But once again, you can't just debunk this information over here and act like it don't exist and not think about it from some perspective. Right.
Yeah, that would be dope. I would like to meet Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell. Because Thomas Sowell right now is like 92 years old. He like 92. I bet you walk in, if you go in Thomas Sowell's house, he's sitting there under a blanket. He got them old man cheekbones. It's just all cheeks.
Stop it, please. He's still working, isn't he?
He probably just point to you into a book.
He moves faster than that. You are so wrong.
Thomas Sowell, them cheekbones, he just tell you go look at that one on the shelf. Yeah, that'd be dope to meet him. I think
no.
I think Thomas Sowell's in Texas now. I think he's in Texas.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that the civil rights movement? Jim Crow, all that was on the Democrat side.
It was relative. Most definitely civil rights was relative for the time.
Jim Crow wasn't.
Yes.
You could have done without that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, me too.
What is Salty Cracker Army? What is that?
You're right, middleman.
What is that?
I agree. You don't have to be a Christian to have common sense. That is correct. Yep. Where you want to go?
Y'all going in so fast. We're just trying to hit.
Just
we hitting
scrolling.
them as we're going.
Yeah, we just scrolling.
What is salty? Why everybody say salty cracker? What is that? That sounds like somebody who's means salty white person? Like, what is that? What's salty cracker? I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what. I see that a few times in the comment. I don't know what that means.
Really enjoy both. Thank you, Alexis. The only reason prayers and right. Same
What does it say?
Mm-hmm.
Read it out loud, baby. She said,
well, we kind of addressed this already.
Okay.
The only reason president and vice president usually run from the same state is they use this to attract more people if they're from different states.
I see.
I got it.
I see. I believe this year is going to be next year, 2024 is going to be a landslide. It's going to be totally different. It's going to be a landslide blowout. Change the slow mo. Well, I got to find that setting. I don't even want to start tweaking with settings and then just kill the whole live by mistake.
That's right. Hey, Phoenix, what's good? We're doing great. We're doing great. Thank you so much. Be ready.
Ty out of breath, running fast.
Let's go.
Loving Salty Army is here. Somebody got to explain to me what Salty Army is. I keep saying that. I don't know what that is.
Thank you, Jay Longston. Appreciate you.
Wake the woke.
Let's go.
You got to wake the woke. I agree.
Yeah. And it's one person at a time. You know, when you have to not be afraid to speak out. You know, you have to not be afraid to speak out and deal with, people ridicule if they want to go with the majority who believe a certain thing. I mean, it's all good. But there's just no way I can continue to walk blind when I have new information. I'm just not going to do it.
Somebody said Chicago loves you. Wait, bullets flying. That's inner city Chicago. It's a lot of Illinois. And when I was in Chicago, I was in Chicago. I didn't see any of that, but it's not like I'm just hanging around certain things.
Good deep dish pizza there too.
Yeah, I had a good time in Chicago.
Ooh, yes.
Let's see. Somebody need to tell me what a salty cracker is now, because I keep on asking that. Ain't nobody dropped me and told me what that was. B, I wish somebody would.
Trump Jenner.
What did it say, B? I wish somebody would make a great movie about Thomas Sowell and Frederick Douglass. I think that would be dope.
Jay, you late. I think.
And they have to make. They would have to make a movie with a current day celebrity and make that a big thing. And they would have to kind of like. It'd be cool if they could do that like in a not new age, but a new current modern day form, like make modernize like soul and all this to because if you modern, because that's what the younger people are looking at, especially younger black people, they're not even really mostly paying attention to politics. You got to kind of excite them with entertainment for them to come over and want to watch things politically like soul and things like that.
Yeah, we zoom into Larry Elder, don't we?
Yeah. Watch Larry Elder. Shout out to Larry Elder. Of course. We haven't reacted to his content in a minute, but yeah. Shout out to Larry
Can
Elder.
everyone spam Uncle Tom Doc by Larry Elder?
What is it called?
Uncle Tom. I saw it.
Uncle Tom Doc. It's like
it's a documentary that he did called Uncle Tom, and actually,
we did that. We watched that.
Yeah, I said, we watch him. I don't have a problem.
Do you know that's where I get this? That's where it just comes to mind. There was this one particular part in Uncle Tom when he was like, when the guy was talking about how he studied conservatives and he studied what was going on, and he was like, yo, this is everything about me right here. And that's the same thing for us. We start looking at like for life, for guns, we love God, we not for the woke movement. That's really us right there. So I mean, it wasn't. You love to see people get red pilled. Yeah, we red pilled. We have to get a shirt with a big old Tylenol pill on the front of it.
Tylenol pill. Thank you, Creek.
Like a pill.
Red pill.
Have you seen the video shows Master? And we just reading through the comments, y'all, and just answering questions on here that we, things that we're learning, things we're finding out. But y'all have some good responses going here in the chat. Somebody also explained to me. I read the definition. What's the definition of a patriot? What's the definition of a patriot? I've read it. I'm sorry. I'm take that back. I read the definition, but tell me, please explain to me from your standpoint what the definition of a patriot is. You need to check him out. The salt must flow. I keep seeing the salty comments. I want to know what that means. Somebody tell me, what does that mean?
Timcast. No, I haven't heard about Timcast. I'm gonna look this up right now.
I watch Salty. Is Salty a pod? It's a podcast. Oh, okay. It's a podcast. Thank you, Michael F. It's a podcast. Y'all wasn't looking out for me out there. Y'all see me out here just lost.
Scrolling away. Timcast. Democrat raided by FBI implicated in Tucker Carlson leaks. Okay, we have to check this out.
B-Rad, man. I'm 20, and I love your channel. Shout out, man. Shout out to B-Rad. B-Rad, I love that now. I love your thumbnail profile, right? Okay, let's go. I'm with it. I love that profile.
I saw it.
I love that profile.
Let's go. He's a YouTuber also. Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check because now I think I know who it is. I think I saw him before in the past. I think I stumbled on his content.
Carrie Lake. Okay, thank you. Let me see. That's down at the bottom.
You know, I haven't done the research on Carrie Lake. Now I've seen Tim Scott, DeSantis, of course Trump, but I haven't seen Carrie Lake. I saw her in the lineup of candidates, but I didn't know. I haven't done any research on who she was. But if you notice, if you look at the lineup of Republican candidates, it's like 5. That's like 4 or 5. You look at the lineup of Democrat candidates, it's 138.
Wow. Really?
What? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot of Republican candidates compared to Democrat candidates.
Allison just explained this. Salty Cracker is a person, salty because he says what he wants to, and he's white. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I want to check him out. Conservative YouTuber. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go, Blake. Yep. Because this definitely have taken a downturn for the worse to me.
Yeah, we had to watch the Uncle Tom movie. We haven't seen part 2, but we saw part 1.
There was another. We got lots of comments. Thank you guys for hopping
on.
Yeah,
thank y'all for yeah, absolutely, man. It's awesome, man. We definitely appreciate y'all.
Wait a minute, I just had it.
Timcast, watch it live. Okay, for sure.
Trump Carrie Lake ticket is my choice. Janelle, I would love to meet her too. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, you too. Thank you, you too, and thank you so much for the super chat.
Y'all coming on Memorial Day.
That's right.
We hoping out here. Hope the sun come out because we're in California. We got June gloom. Where in June it's kind of gloomy and it's still a little cool. So I'm hoping that we can enjoy it. We were hoping to go to the beach, but we're gonna see how that weather does. I want to see some firecrackers. I want to see this thing.
Well, we definitely see plenty of those.
4th of July. But 4th of July, I want to go. I want to be at the beach because I want to see some fireworks being shot from the ocean.
Well, it'll be definitely hot enough because
we're gonna get out the house this holiday because normally we do all our stuff right at the house. We're gonna get out the house. Oh, patriot means God, family, country. Well, I'm a patriot then, my dog.
Yeah, someone else was talking about it too. It's a person that really loves their country and will defend their country no matter what.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Is that Safria Thomas Sowell needs to get president before he dies. That's funny. He ain't even interested. Try to get
Thomas Sowell, you have to roll him up to the podium.
Y'all better leave him alone.
You have to roll him to the podium. Thomas Sowell be talking out there. Thomas Sowell be just like that. Look, baby. Like,
stop it. Oh, I love it.
It's to remember, not to celebrate.
Yeah,
I got you.
Most definitely. We have several holidays, over here in the United States. Some I agree with and some I don't. But I definitely am like to acknowledge, veterans, especially I have uncles who are veterans. And it's deep.
We thank you, MJ.
Yeah, it's deep. It really is.
So, man, this has been an awesome chat.
Yes.
This has been an awesome chat with y'all.
And let us know what you all want to hop on. As we continue to learn and grow, I definitely am going to be, we're going to be sharing it with you. Not quite sure what we're going to go live about next Friday, But I know it's going to be still more and more as we dive into this race, as we dive into learning more. Things are continuously coming up, the news, all that crazy stuff that's going on right now. We definitely will be on sharing it with you. And I just enjoy reading about it. I go and I copy the links and I read, and it's like, okay, like, wow, whoa.
And usually like it'll be things that we react to that kind of spark a nerve and be like, we need to talk about this particular thing. Let's talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Habakkuk, the great prophet. Patriots are tied to the water sign. Oh my God. Habakkuk, how you gonna be a great prophet and you're talking about you talk about astrology? I don't know how that works.
He said, and Scorpios, which are also the ones that believe in aliens. I feel you.
Okay. I was gonna say
that's a counterintuitive.
I feel like astrology is great value witchcraft. Let's see. Has more brain than Biden.
We are in Inland Empire.
Yeah, we're in the IE.
The IE.
IE. It's so funny too when we had to go to LA last night, and oh my God, let me tell you, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When my wife needs to perform or do anything, it's cool. But boy, as soon as she finished, back to the IE.
Whatever.
Back to the IE.
But yeah, definitely.
Thank you, green light lady.
I'm definitely gonna pick a topic, and dive into some based off of one of the things that Republicans stand for, and maybe even something that's going on right now in the news that I want to talk more, about. But learning the positions and being able to tap, because every time you read, and there are perforated links when you're reading, so you click on this link and you learn more about this, and then you go back, So, but I'm not quite sure what the live will be about next week. But this has been really, really great.
Yeah,
it really has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna say, and I believe God created astronomy. Astrology is totally different. Astronomy is stars. Astrology is saying that you're the fire sign and you're this and this controls your life. I don't believe that. If you read your word. If you're if you believe in the word of God, read the Bible. Read your Bible. That's the only thing you need. That's the one thing to follow. I'm telling y'all, we are like, darn, it moved up so quick.
Yeah.
Telling you, we're like dogs, one species, a ton of breed. That's why we don't understand those people. Think about it, no race, only breeds. Yeah. Yeah. Race isn't even a thing. That's a thing that people created. Jeff Gill, y'all are great, man. We appreciate y'all.
Most
we appreciate
definitely.
it. All right, y'all. So we about to go ahead and end this live for tonight. We'll be going back live next Friday. I really appreciate y'all. Next Friday at 7:30. We really appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. 500 of y'all jumped on the live. 600 people have commented. That's awesome, man. So we're gonna keep bringing y'all these videos.
And we talked about the giveaway. We're still waiting on one thing.
We're still waiting on one thing. Can we talk about what we're giving away? Can we talk about what we're giving?
Yeah, if you want to.
So we're gonna give away an iPhone. But we got some. We want to do it in a certain kind of way. So
yes.
We're gonna give away an
rules
iPhone.
And regulations.
It's rules and regulations.
Yeah, but it's exciting for us. We just appreciate you guys' support. We appreciate. I feel like I know, and I know you do too. I just appreciate that you guys, come and you share, and you don't feel, bad about talking about how you feel. And you're also, for the majority of you, you're warm and you help educate us and learn, and you're taking this journey with us, because that's what it's really all about. It's about each one teach one, and that's how you become stronger.
For sure.
As a nation.
So we definitely appreciate y'all coming out here, man, enjoying y'all Friday night. For some of y'all, it's probably you might be in a different country, a whole different time. So
our live time is 7:30 p.m. Pacific.
So it's 7:30 p.m. Pacific.
But watch the community board too, because if anything needs to shift or change, we'll definitely let you guys know. But that's our time, because we can be in the car if we had to go live. But yeah, we 7:30 Pacific.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, is our time.
That's it.
That's it, guys. We
So
love
we
you.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you
We
so
love
much.
y'all.
Yes.
GGC, love you guys. We love you too.
Thank you.
GGC. We appreciate everyone, man. So stay tuned, man. We got more videos to come in. It's so much information now, and we can finally be ourselves. And
we've always been ourselves,
but now you seeing truly what
you can
we
express
believe.
how you feel with the new information.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say it in a way like y'all can really see.
Because we always been ourselves.
We've been
They
ourselves,
know.
but now
Me, I ain't never been scared to hold back what
now
I.
it's easier for us to
how I
talk about the
feel.
stuff that we truly believe in. It's so much easier to talk
That
about.
can help evoke change.
Yeah.
You know, that can help evoke change.
So we'll see y'all, man. We're gonna jump
Love
off.
you guys.
This live, I'm gonna post this live as a video, so you get a chance to replay it and watch it. Man, shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. And we love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.
See you soon. Be safe.
Bye bye.